Hey y'all. Let y'all get notified. Come on in here. I say yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way. I say yes, Lord, yes. I will trust you and obey. When your spirit speaks to me, hey, and my something, 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 something. But my answer gonna be yes, Lord, yes. Welcome in, welcome in. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you at. And we about to get started. What is this? My little, I gotta do this, y'all. My little light went out. Oh, there we go. Oh, we back in business. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I thought it wasn't working, but it was just turned all the way down. Silly me. What was I thinking? So we're gonna go ahead and get started. You know what? Let's talk about the birthing process, okay? The caring, right? Let's talk about that gift that you're carrying on the inside of you. Um, wow, this deep. Okay. So we all know the process, especially if you're a lady. We all know the process where you get the symptoms and you find out you're pregnant, and your body starts to change. Your boobs get bigger, your butt get a little bigger. You just see some noticeable changes about yourself, and it's all good after that morning sickness phase, right? So you go through that morning sickness phase and you make it through, and then you got to get you a lot of rest, right? Because you got something growing on the inside of you. So you go through this little process over these time frames, right? And when you go through the process of these good in you, when you go through these processes over time, you start to get bigger, right? And once that stomach get a little too big, you ain't thinking about hunching on nothing, right? You only thinking about how you gonna sleep, how you gonna eat, how you gonna turn and reposition yourself. You focus on how you moving, okay? When you up. And so you gotta make sure everything is calculated. You get me? You feel me? And when you in the process of doing that, you waiting on this day, that day in the labor room. You know that day gonna come. But as time get closer to you to have this baby and go in the birthing room, the labor and delivery room, you begin to get a little more nervous, because you can't go back. You already almost at the finish line, right? You can't start over. Ain't nothing back there, right? So you go through the process of like going through these contractions and all of that stuff. It's painful. Those contractions that you experience when you birthing something on the inside of you, oh, it is terrible. But you know that you're gonna be all right, God's will. At the end of the day, once it's all over with, you just trying to figure out and navigate how you gonna make it through it. Hey, boo, you trying to figure out how you gonna make it through those contractions, those storms, though, those periods, and they come back to back, right? And all you need is that team. Once you in that room, you cry to God like, Lord, help me. You be like, help me. And he be like, hold on, help is on the way. You know what I'm saying? So that's when God be ready to dispatch his angels. Ooh, oh my goodness. God will dispatch his angels on your behalf. He will put specific people as a team on your team and to be in that labor and delivery room to make sure that whole process goes smooth. All you had to do was cry out to God for the help. He gonna send the right people to make sure everything is a smoother transition as long as you listen to the doctor. Right? As long as you do what the doctor say. And yeah, it can be hard a little bit because we don't be wanting to push. We be wanting to hold our breath. We don't want to just think about what's about to happen. But baby, when that head pop out, when that head get ready to pop out, ooh, that body just follows so smooth. That body just go, just naturally. It just automatically come out, right? Because it's all attached. You feel me? So all it took was for the head to come out. And for you to feel this relief to know that everything was all right and you made it over. How we got over, right? Remember that old song? How we got over. So you, all right, y'all see me? They said reconnecting. See, devil ain't want to get this out, huh? But so you go through this process after you had a baby, and then you making sure that the doctors making sure the baby all right, and by the time you get to hold that baby in your arms, ooh, it's like you're my angel. You cool now. You don't have to worry about the labor intensity, the pains that you experienced while you was going through the process because you made it out of that process, right? And once you make it out that process, oh, baby, something about that team, I don't know. when G, that big G, put the whole team together, I'm an OD on him. G-O-D, you get me? You feel me? So listen, and then you got Big Poppy standing next to you, holding your hand, comforting you, supporting you. You know, you got your whole team right there with you, letting you know that it's gonna be all right. And if you need help, they all right there for you, right? So now you get to the part where you go home with the baby. If you don't have some type of system, schedule or routine set up or put in place to adapt to this new environment that you have become, then you have to find balance. You have to create the system, the structure to make sure that everything operates in total alignment, to make sure that everything flows smoother. Otherwise, you're going to be having bottles left all over the counter. You're gonna be having the milk on the side of the bed, just ready to pour, so you can just pop it in the baby mouth in the middle of the night. You ain't trying to get up. You ain't trying to do nothing extra. So if you have a routine or system in place that is not overwhelming, then it makes the transition smoother. And it's gonna be hard for them first couple of weeks until you find the one that works for you. But once you get in that process, it becomes easier. And what was once your ceiling now becomes your floor. So one thing you can say about God through the whole birthing process, wherever you are on your birthing journey, he ain't gonna leave you. He ain't never forsake you. And he always showed up on time. Always. Right? God came to save you, your spiritual self, from your fleshly self. You got saved. You got saved from you. And that's why it's so important to die to the ego every single day. Be born again. Like the rebirth. The rebirth, okay? Or if it's your first time, hey, the born again. If you at the first level, hey, born again. But every single day. Shed that old skin. Die to that old person. But at the same time, there has to be balance. There has to be a system in place to know what's going to take place after you get over the hump, after you get out of that storm, after you get to that new place where you're trying to figure it all out. Sometimes we jump into things without understanding it, and then it can come overwhelming. Or sometimes we can just easily pick it up and it can just flow so smooth. Right? So yeah, that's what I have for y'all. And actually, in gratitude, it is just so wonderful how God responds to us when we just have that conversation with Him. When we just open up and we genuinely talk to Him, right? And you know, I sorry, y'all. I sorry. I realize how much y'all need me. I need y'all. I sorry for leaving y'all. I won't do that again to y'all, okay? It's so detrimental to have that team around you at all times. Those angels that God sends on your behalf. Those angels that He sent directly for you to help you. They already know what to do. Why? Because they are connected to God just like you. They listening to the voice of God to know, okay, let me go give this to this person. Let me give this bit of knowledge to that person. Let me go help this person out. Whatever it is, God has His team ready for you. And we all need each other. We all need each other. And I think that's the biggest problem sometimes. Asking for help. Getting caught up with not asking for help. So make sure y'all ask for help. Y'all want to stay faithful, right? So in the process, I'm going to pray for me some faith. I'm going to pray for y'all some faith too, y'all, on a whole nother level. See, when you first start out, you got that little mustard seed of faith, and then that little mustard seed grow into a little tree. And as that tree gets sprouted, you come up with new things that make you increase your faith. So now them storms come, and when them storms come, it's watering the tree to help the tree grow. So if you plant it like a tree by the river, baby, just know it's gonna rain sometimes, but it's all a part of the growth. And if you don't have that team dispatched to you when you feel like you need a reference as to how somebody else made it through or somebody else's testimony, sometimes you do have to go, when you're not really focused on where you came from, you do have to sometimes go to Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, right? Just to get a reference of how they made it over a storm and how you can do it too. Not to take literally the context, but to apply it to the area of your life where you are in that moment, right? Until that help comes. So we're going to pray for some faith, y'all. We're gonna pray for some faith so that we can stay faithful. Bigger faith, right? I kind of want to sprinkle of that Floridian faith that went on, because when Hurricane Milton came, baby, everybody across the world was scared for them. And they was out and about like nothing wasn't even going on. But you see how God will divert something. When God dispatches His angels, you don't have nothing to worry about or nothing to fear. Just like them people down there. They exemplified there's nothing to be afraid of. Even though we don't know what's coming and what lies ahead, we're not afraid of that storm. They stood tall out of that storm. So that's the kind of faith, I want a little bit of that sprinkled over my enlargement of faith, right? Give me a little bit of that. But yeah, so it's all a process. And once it started clicking to you, you be like, oh, that's that light bulb moment where you realize, when you look back over your life and you could say he never left you or forsake you, or uh, he ain't never show up on time for you. If you don't have those type of things to say about God, then you have nothing to worry about. So, whatever it is you're going through in your life right now, whatever it is you are about to go through or experience, just know it's time for you to get in that boat and go across that Jordan River to get to the other side. Get in the boat. Stop being afraid. Everybody else might be at the seashore watching you off, watching you set sail, because they afraid to take that risk. But you afraid, but you just more so afraid of the unknown, not of the road once you get there, right? So if you gonna get in that boat water, matter of fact, go on and pray for a little bit of Jesus faith to be sprinkled on you. Because remember how you want that kind of faith where you know when them storms start raging out in that water and Jesus was over there asleep, he wasn't even paying nobody no attention. He like, what? What y'all want? Oh, y'all a little faith? He called them out on their faith. So I want that type of faith in this season. I know you want that type of faith in this season to carry you through this new level where you are in your life, right? A little bit of that Jesus faith to get you across that water to the other side. As you travel through the night in the unknown, imagine how they was on that little boat trying to get across that water. It was dark outside. You can't see nothing. Now the storms is raging. You might get a little bit of lightning that light up the whole area one time and you realize you ain't around nothing but water. God got you. God got you through the whole process. You are so welcome. Thank you as well. Okay? So, that's what we're going to focus on. Creating balance. Having the systems in place. What are those systems that's in place? That's the question for today. And making sure that you have those systems in place before that storm may come. Before you get into the labor and delivery room. If you have 9 months of pregnancy, maybe it's time to start preparing ahead of time so that you can at least hold your feet on the ground when that moment comes where everything becomes a whole new world. Once you experience getting over that hump of the unknown to where you supposed to be. So continually every day, work on dying to the flesh, feeding the spirit, having your team, that help that God sent. I don't know about y'all, but it's time to get in that boat. I'm getting in that boat. Okay? If I see you on the other side, I see you on the other side. If I don't see you on the other side, I don't know what to tell you. But you got to get in that boat. It's time to cross that river and get to where you need to be. Come. So, yeah, that's what I have for y'all. And I also want to tell y'all this. Make sure you smile today. Make sure you smile every day. I love that smile. I love a beautiful smile. Oh, my God. I love it. Because it's showing the gratitude. That's what I was really going to talk about. It shows the gratitude that you have to God. And as you begin to express your gratitude to God about how you're thankful for this, thankful for that, thankful for even having the mindset to be aware of your bull. Having the mindset to be aware of your triggers. Having the eyesight to see. We have to thank God for every single thing. And guess what's going to start happening? You're speaking that life into your future. So it's going to create more things for you to be grateful for, right? So don't cry about the labor process. Because once it's all said and done, and you realize that team that was on your side, the doctors, the experts, Big Poppy, that makes you want to, being in that gratitude, it make you want to go home, and it make you want to just, like, to Poppy, you just be want to be like, let me cater to you, cause baby, this is your day. What she say? She said, I'll brush your hair, help you put your do-rag on. Want a full rub, want a manicure. Baby, I'm yours, I wanna cater to you, boy. You begin to appreciate the people around you because you are walking in gratitude. But when you walking in that negative space, you find a negative in everything and everyone. You will kick a box, okay? When you walking in negativity. Just because it's in your way and you didn't want to walk around it. So that's what I got for y'all today. Keep that pretty smile on y'all face. Walk in your authority. Head up. Stay focused. Keep your eye on that prize. Because if we locked in, ain't no switching up. Praise the Lord. Yes. Praise the Lord. I love y'all. And, thank y'all so much for tolerating me. Tolerating my bull. Putting up with me. I love you. And I'm going to see y'all soon. I'm going to get my day started. So I'll see y'all soon in the next video. But until then, go to God. Talk to him on a regular basis. Building that relationship. Because when you talk to him, he talk back. He going to get you some results. He going to get you that solution. He going to give you exactly what you need in that moment. Stay focused, stay faithful, and stay committed to you. Becoming the better version, the best version of yourself for you. What's up, Big Dice? Peace, peace. All right. I love y'all. Until next time, let's grow or devolve.